So if your ex moved on quickly after your breakup, perhaps even started dating someone else shortly after, you need to understand that there is a good chance they have been plotting and thinking about breaking up with you for weeks, maybe even months, before they actually pulled the plug. And it's during this mulling period that they got over you. After all, they had plenty of time during it to mourn your relationship and relinquish any intense emotional attachment for you. And to wrench the knife even deeper, your ex likely hinted that they were disengaging, or that you were doing something that kept turning them off. Perhaps they even outright told you these things and tried to help you turn your relationship around. Well, after 5 years of helping people through breakups, I have seen this pattern unfold time and time again. Your ex never really moves on quickly. The thing is, it actually just feels that way because they kicked off the entire process, the entire moving on process, that is, while you were still together and while you still had intense feelings and attraction for them. Feelings and attraction so intoxicating that these things blinded you from your ex's hints, efforts to help, as well as, of course, their gradual decline in attraction. That is, until it was already too late. Now I get it, despite this, so despite your ex moving on, you still want them back. However, if you've been following my work for some time, you know that most exes just don't come back. Like the odds of rekindling your relationship just aren't in your favor. But maybe, just maybe, your ex still feels something for you, even if they moved on. Like maybe you still have a chance. But right now, what you need to do, if that's the case, is not chase after them. It would be a shame to do so because you will only push them farther away. I mean, right now you have to respect their desire for space. You have to respect their decision to break up with you. And believe me, the more you try to just force yourself back into their life, the more you're going to come across as repulsive, needy, desperate, and like you don't have anything else going on in your life except this desire to get your eggs back. And you know, that's just sad. That's not where you want to be. That's not something an attractive person. That's not the mentality, is what I'm trying to say, of an attractive person. So you want to approach mending a relationship from a high self-respect, self-esteem position. A respectable position, in fact. Otherwise, it just won't work out probably. Especially not in the long run, right? So you might get your eggs back, sure, but actually staying with them permanently in a healthy, fulfilling relationship, that's an entirely different story. So again, I want you to give your ex space. I want you to let them re-choose you at their own pace. And how does this look? Well, they reach out to you about something personal. And this is very important. Not something tied to logistics like work, shared kids, pets, or some living arrangements, right? And when your ex reaches out, that's when you should invite them on a date and try to set a definite date. So a date where the time and the place is known to both of you. A date that your ex actually then comes to from where or from which point you can actually commence the official reattraction process. Because when you get your ex on that date, that's when reattraction actually starts. And besides, you want to give your ex time so they can get clarity on whether rekindling your relationship is even a good idea for them. You want them to reach a point where they decide for themselves that getting back together might be something worth exploring. So that's why you leave them be. In other words, you go no contact and you just wait. And while you wait, of course, you should actively work on yourself, go to therapy, take care of your health, learn why your relationship didn't work out, and how you can maybe do things better in the future, whether in this relationship or a totally new relationship that you cultivate. You should do all of that. And then, once your ex reaches out, you should go and try to set a date. And sure, the argument here is, can't you work on yourself while you're dating your ex? Yes, absolutely right, you can. But still, it has to be on your ex to reach out. They have to do it. Because that way, you won't risk chasing them out of your life and trying to hold on to them when they just don't want you right now, your attention and your time. Because this is a risk that is just very common for people. Because most people that I work with personally, most people, they don't break up because of simple value differences, although that does happen, believe me. Mostly they break up because one person, usually the person coming to me for help, was just too needy, was too desperate, was chasing all the time, was seeking their ex's validation and all that stuff. So we want to now do the opposite of those behaviors to kind of also shock your ex and spark their curiosity as a result. Because right now they are expecting you to chase after them like crazy. Probably, if you're like most people who I worked with, whose main issue and the reason why they broke up with their ex was that their relationship, that they chased too much. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's kind of the mentality behind all of this. So the point is, your ex did move on quickly. It only seems as though they moved on quickly, and right now what you should be doing is waiting for them to reach out eventually, while at the same time moving forward with your life, working on yourself and on how you approach relationships. And hopefully once they reach out and it's about something personal, you set a date, you get dating going, so you start the courtship yet again, and you go from there. And then I have a bunch of other videos on this channel that you can go through that go deeper into this dating aspect. And of course, the best part about all of this is that if you want to know specifically what to do when you're on a date and how to actually set a date and how to set a definite one that your ex is actually going to come to, you should download my free reattraction cheat sheet. It's a one-page PDF, completely free, that you can download by using the link in the description below this video, okay? So that's pretty much all from my side. Thanks for watching and take care.